All right. Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Shimon Shai, Shimon Kahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Shalom. Okay. I'm not too sure what I'm going to title this lesson, but, it's going to be somewhere around the lines of, these wicked ass women and how, a lot of their comforts are getting ready to be stripped away from them. And this is something I was just thinking about through the spirit, man. And, I figured I'd just turn on the camera and speak about it, man. Because, you're really starting to see a shift, all right, where these women are, freaking out, man. Okay, women are freaking out all over the internet, man, screaming on the camera, bitch just screaming on the fucking camera, man. You know what I mean? And then you got women complaining about how we're all the good men at the men ain't approaching us no more, and you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of these women are and another thing, a lot of these women are complaining about their finances, all right, and how it's hard to maintain on their own. Okay, so a lot of these women are starting to wake up from the feminism enchantment that's been placed upon them all of these years. You know what I'm saying? You see, these women bit into that feminism like how Eve bit into that forbidden fruit. Now, that forbidden fruit, we all know it wasn't actual fruit. It was the knowledge of the serpent. Eve gave herself into that shit. All right. That's why the scriptures say from the woman was the beginning of sin. Through her, we all die. All right. Roughly paraphrasing. You got a Salakia for the background noise. Tomorrow's the 4th of July. So, probably hear a couple fireworks popping off because I'm outside. But yeah, these women went into that feminism. Okay, they got into that feminism, all right? When you read in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, okay, the serpent, okay, approached Eve and told Eve, look, if you take of this knowledge, basically, your eyes are going to be open and you're going to become a god, all right? You're not going to surely die, you know what I'm saying? So it's the same with these women today. A lot of these women gave in to that narrative of you're equal to a man, you don't need a man, you can you could do it on your own. A man is going to do nothing but hold you back. He just going to get you pregnant and run off on you, right? So a lot of these women have grown up bitter. Okay, these women are just bitter, man. I'm every time I scroll on the internet, it's a new woman, and pretty women too, all right? Gorgeous women on the internet just complaining about men and how this man ain't this and this man ain't that, all right? So you got a lot of women that are bitter right now, okay, because a lot of these women are adults and they're looking up and they're realizing that, damn, I might have all of these accolades. I might have graduated college, but I'm not really fulfilled. What is it? Why am I not really fulfilled? And they don't really know how to process the reason why they're not fulfilled is because they're not in their natural order, you see? So, of course, these women, they can't take any accountability. So what they gonna do is they gonna just say, oh, well, it ain't us. It's the men's fault, you see? But really, these women are really deeply hurt and sad that, this bitch is 26 years old, working 2 jobs. She might have her own little apartment, but, she ain't got no kids. Her body count is high. So what that means is a bunch of niggas been in and out of her life. She can't lock down and secure a man, okay? And a lot of these women are complaining on the internet about that, man. Okay, they just don't know how to process it. All right? And as things start to intensify, okay, the economy crashes. Donald Trump is talking about this big, beautiful build. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much about to cut a lot of that government assistance in half, man. All right. I didn't really get too deep into the bill. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I skimmed through it, and I've heard some talking points on it, and it's pretty much gonna cut a lot of that government assistance in half. It's getting ready to chop a lot of the finances. Okay, and these women, they've depended on these finances, all right, this government assistance that Esau has given them to sustain themselves. Okay, but now that's all getting ready to be yanked away from them. All right, so hey, a lot of these women, okay, they're getting ready to be very desperate, man. All right, they're getting ready to be very desperate. These proud ass bitches is on the internet talking about how what a man need to do, and a man needs to be like this, and how come men don't approach us anymore, and all this. Well, in the very near future, okay, a lot of these women are getting ready to be the thirsty ones looking for a man. Women are going to be running up on you, asking you, can I take you out, or can I get your phone number, or what's your name? Hi, you know what I'm saying? Because these women are getting ready to suffer for the wickedness, right, that they've sold in this society, man. These women have done some very heinous wicked shit, and they've just been getting away with it for decades, man. Okay, all that cute, pretty girl, innocent shit, I don't believe none of that shit, man. Okay, all of these bitches is some scoundrels, man. Okay, straight up, man. All right, and they've been getting away with pretty much, they've been getting away with spiritual murder, all right, for decades, man. Okay, so the Lord is getting ready to officially put belt to ass on these women, man. Okay, so a lot of these women out here, man, okay, they're about to go on desperate mode, man, very soon, okay, very, very soon. All right, so I'm gonna say this for the Akim, man, for the brothers out there, man. Okay, when we start to see these women get desperate, and now they want to approach, and now they want to start being more open, and a bitch might buy you a drink at the bar. You know what I mean? That's where it's coming down to. Look, I'm gonna say this for you brothers, man. Hey, don't feed into that shit, man. All right, for real, don't feed into it. Don't start letting your guard down. Don't start getting vulnerable. All right, because a lot of us, us Israelite men in this society, we've been deprived, okay, of female companionship. So, some of us is going to be shocked. Some of us is going to get excited and, oh, man, they like me now. Nah, man, remain stoic, man. Okay, remain, vigilant. Okay, because Satan is going to be using some of these women, man, to get you to let your guard down. Okay, Satan is going to be sending these women at you, man. Okay. All right. And we're going to have spiritual discernment in these times to weed out all of the undesirables, man. Because it's going to be a lot of undesirable women, man. A lot of these wig head black women, a lot of these ghetto black women. Watch, they all about to start coming at us with some real humility, man. All right. And it's going to shock the shit out of us. Right. But just remember, man, okay, in that time when these women, when they get broken down and they start looking for a savior, just remember these were the same women that were on the internet talking that shit, okay, talking about how, I ain't going 50-50 with no man, I ain't cooking for no man, fuck him, fuck a nigga, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be too eager to just, accept them back. You know what I'm saying? We got to stay sharp, man, because, we're living in a time where, moves are being made in the spirit, man. Okay. And if a woman wants to tag along, she's going to have to be a real assistance. Okay. She's going to have to really be able to assist your life, man. All right. She better know how to fish. She better know how to sew up a wound. She better know how to do something extraordinary. Okay. I'm just speaking for me to get my attention. All right. I'm not just accepting any old bimbo that, she was living it up. She was at the yachts. She was on yacht parties. She was getting in the club VIP. And now she wants to, finally change a new leaf. Hell nah, man. Okay. You women are going to have to come with some skills. All right. So, in the times to come, man, we're getting ready to see a lot of these women crash and burn. All right. That's why it says in Micah 7 and 10. Okay. Now shall my eyes behold her, right? Roughly paraphrasing. I'm always roughly paraphrasing, man, because I don't know the exact words. But, if you read Micah 7 and 10, it talks about how our eyes are going to watch the downfall of these women, okay? And we're going to watch these women go from this glorious state to, pretty much down to the ground to where, they're not going to have any more assistance. They're not going to, they're not going to be, all that arrogance, all that ego, okay, is going to be out the window, man. Okay. And they're going to have to deal with reality. You see? That's what we're getting ready to see. Okay. That's what we're getting ready to witness. All right. And a lot of these women are going to get rejected. All right. A lot of these women are going to get rejected because a lot of these women are that wickedness is deeply embedded inside of them, man. The fuck? Goddamn demon. I don't know what that is. But yeah, a lot of the wickedness of these women is deeply embedded inside of them to where, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to have to destroy them. Okay? Because a lot of these women have went too far and, they've crossed the line, So, it's just something to keep a lookout on, man. Just something to keep a lookout on. And if you're paying attention to the spirit and, you're looking at the state of the world, you can see that there's a shift with these women right now. Okay. They're bugging out. They're getting desperate. All right. And that enchantment is starting to wear off, because remember that feminism shit was an enchantment, man. Okay. That's all it was. It was a spell. That's why a lot of these women, they all say the same shit. They're like all replicas of each other. Right. That's signs of an enchantment. That's signs of, these women have been under a spell this whole time. Okay. But as the devil starts to move in, okay, with his new world order, guess what? A lot of these enchantments and a lot of these demons that's been working with these people and giving them their false sense of pride and ego is going to start leaving their ass. Okay. And I'm speaking in the spirit right now. If you know what I'm talking about, these demons that these people have been using, okay, to fuel their own personal arrogance is going to start leaving them. All right. And people are going to, a lot of these people are going to wake up. All right. And they're going to look around and realize that they've been bamboozled. And that's what we're starting to see with these women. They're starting to realize that they've been bamboozled, because it ain't no proper explanation for why a bitch is 30 years old, single, still playing the field. You know what I mean? 2 kids, 2 baby daddies, can't get a man to take her serious. Trust and believe, man. These women, they know something is wrong with that. They just trying to justify it. You see? All right. So, Yeah, the comfortability is getting snatched away, okay? Because the enchantment, the demon of feminism is being snatched away. All right? So that's probably what I'll title this impromptu. The demon of feminism is being snatched away from these women, because that's what we're witnessing. All right? And as that happens, that's when Isaiah 4:1 is going to start to roll in. Okay? So we just got to be patient a little longer. Okay? We're going to get our glory, we're going to get our respect. All right? But hey, continue to work on being the best version of yourself and continue to serve the Lord, man. All right? Serve the Lord. Serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay? Because in the times to come, all right, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is going to put men like us at a high vantage point, because we were loyal and we stuck to the program, you see? So, Lord willing, this was edifying. To give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Shalom.